If you are pulling money out of your savings to finance a brand new crossover, you are making a severe financial miscalculation. Modern SUVs are disposable. They are built with highly stressed, low-displacement engines and fragile transmissions designed to mathematically fail shortly after the factory warranty expires. You are paying $40,000 for a computer with wheels. But you do not have to participate in the system. I have audited international fleet data and isolated 4 dirt-cheap, heavily depreciated SUVs that the average consumer completely ignores. These are undeniable industrial-grade tanks. They're built with cast-iron engine blocks, heavy-duty hydraulic transmissions, and true ladder-frame chassis. And car number 4 on this list utilizes an American cast-iron V8 block that is so structurally sound it was used in commercial fleet vehicles for decades. Let us get straight to the facts. Number 1, the cast-iron off-road anvil, the 1999 to 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee equipped with the 4.0-liter inline-six engine. I have previously documented why modern Jeep vehicles are a severe financial liability. The new Grand Cherokee platforms are highly complex, computerized machines plagued by software failures and fragile components. Because the modern brand reputation has heavily degraded, the depreciation on older Jeep models is absolute. The mainstream market assumes all Jeeps are unreliable. You must use the timeline of automotive engineering to your distinct advantage. The 1999 to 2004 Grand Cherokee, known internally as the WJ chassis, was manufactured during an era when the company still utilized the highly proven AMC engine architecture. You must strictly avoid the 4.7-liter V8 models as they suffer from documented overheating and valve seat failures. You are searching exclusively for the Grand Cherokee equipped with the 4.0-liter inline-six engine. In the mechanical engineering sector, this specific motor is an undisputed cast-iron fortress. It features a heavy-duty cast-iron engine block and cast-iron cylinder heads. It utilizes a straightforward push-rod design driven by a massive industrial-grade timing chain. There is no highly pressurized direct injection system. There are no microscopic turbochargers to overheat and fracture. It is a purely mechanical, naturally aspirated engine designed to operate in brutal, high-stress environments. Furthermore, unlike modern crossovers that utilize delicate independent suspension components, this vehicle features heavy-duty solid front and rear axles. It is a true, authentic utility vehicle. Because the modern consumer is focused entirely on fuel economy and touchscreen displays, this highly capable machine has been completely abandoned by the market. You can easily locate a fully functional, rigorously durable 4.0-liter Grand Cherokee for under $3,500. It is a structural asset that will outwork modern SUVs, costing 10 times as much. Number 2, the overlooked Korean executive SUV. The 2007 to 2012 Hyundai Veracruz. In European and Australian markets, this vehicle is known as the Hyundai iX55. I am well aware of the current automotive climate. Modern Hyundai and Kia vehicles are heavily criticized by mechanics. The modern Theta 2 four-cylinder engines suffer from catastrophic manufacturing defects, severe oil consumption, and bearing failures. However, you must use the timeline of automotive engineering to your advantage. The Hyundai Veracruz was engineered before those severe cost-cutting measures took effect. This was Hyundai's flagship attempt to compete with the Lexus RX, and they over-engineered the powertrain to prove a point. The Veracruz is powered by the 3.8-liter Lambda V6 engine, specifically the G6DA block. This is a critical detail. This specific engine utilizes multi-port fuel injection. It does not use gasoline direct injection. In a direct injected engine, fuel is sprayed directly into the cylinder, completely bypassing the intake valves. Over time, this causes severe, thick carbon buildup that suffocates the engine and requires expensive walnut blasting maintenance. Because the Veracruz uses multi-port injection, the gasoline constantly washes over the intake valves, keeping the engine running perfectly clean for hundreds of thousands of miles. To ensure absolute reliability, Hyundai did not build their own transmission for this vehicle. They contracted the Japanese manufacturer Aisin to supply the TF 80SC 6-speed automatic transmission. You are purchasing a heavy-duty, clean-running V6 engine paired with a world-class Japanese transmission. Because the vehicle carries an older Hyundai badge, the mainstream market ignores it entirely. You can purchase a highly comfortable, exceptionally reliable Hyundai Veracruz for under $5,000. It is a highly calculated financial decision. Number 3. The authentic Japanese 4x4, the 2002 to 2006 Suzuki XL-7. You must pay strict attention to the manufacturing years. If you buy a 2007 or newer Suzuki XL-7, you are buying a rebadged General Motors crossover equipped with the problematic GM 3.6-liter V6, which is infamous for stretching its timing chains and destroying itself. You must entirely avoid the second generation. You are searching exclusively for the first generation Suzuki XL-7, built between 2002 and 2006. This vehicle is a masterclass in traditional 4x4 engineering. While it looks like a standard family crossover on the outside, it is actually built on a rugged, rear-wheel drive biased ladder frame. It features a true mechanical transfer case for four-wheel drive operation. Under the hood is the Suzuki H27A 3.7-liter V6 engine. This engine was designed entirely in-house by Suzuki in Japan. It features an all-aluminum construction and utilizes heavy-duty timing chains instead of rubber timing belts. The architecture of this engine is straightforward, exceptionally durable, and highly accessible for routine maintenance. Because the Suzuki brand no longer sells passenger vehicles in the United States, the average buyer assumes that replacement parts are impossible to find. That is factually incorrect. Routine maintenance components like brake pads, alternators, water pumps, and suspension parts are globally abundant and highly affordable at standard auto parts suppliers. The general public's lack of research is your distinct advantage. You can acquire a true body-on-frame Japanese 4x4 for roughly $3,000 to $4,000. It will provide the exact same utility as a heavily overpriced Toyota without draining your bank account.
Listen to me very carefully before we review the final vehicle. If you are on a fixed income or if you are actively protecting your retirement savings, you cannot afford to absorb a $4,000 transmission replacement simply because a dealership sold you a compromised vehicle. The modern used car market is highly deceptive. Unethical dealerships and private sellers are actively utilizing advanced diagnostic scanners to permanently delete fatal engine and transmission failure codes from the vehicle's computer just hours before you arrive for a test drive. You test drive the vehicle, it operates normally, and you hand over your savings. Days later, the computer resets, the transmission locks into neutral, and you are financially devastated. I refuse to let you walk onto a dealership lot unprotected. I have compiled the exact, documented inspection protocols in the Anti-Scam Vehicle Blueprint. Specifically, on page 30 of this manual, I provide the 5-page Master Field Inspection Checklist. Print this checklist out, put it on a physical clipboard, take it directly onto the lot with you, and force the salesman to stand in silence while you systematically execute the 60-second instrument cluster fraud test and the 30-second oil cap pressure test. When a salesman sees a mature buyer holding a physical clipboard with documented mechanic protocols, their aggressive sales tactics completely collapse. A severe mechanical failure will cost you thousands of dollars. This manual costs $47. It is the absolute ultimate shield for your fixed income. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, or click the link located at the very top of the description directly below this video. Secure your copy immediately before your next dealership visit. Do not gamble your savings on a salesman's word. Let us return to the list. Number 4. The industrial-grade American V8. The 1997 to 2001 Mercury Mountaineer, equipped with the 5.0-liter V8. The Ford Explorer from this era is a highly recognizable vehicle. However, the standard Ford Explorer, equipped with the 4.0-liter single overhead cam V6 engine, is a documented mechanical disaster. That specific V6 engine features complex plastic timing chain cassettes located on both the front and the rear of the the engine block. When those plastic guides inevitably shatter, the engine produces a severe rattling noise, and the entire engine must be physically removed from the vehicle just to replace the rear chain. It is an engineering failure. You can bypass this disaster entirely by purchasing the Mercury Mountaineer. Mercury was Ford's mid-level luxury brand, and it is completely defunct today. Because the brand is dead, the market value of these vehicles is exceptionally low, but you must search strictly for the all-wheel drive model equipped with the 5.0-liter V8 engine. This is the 302 cubic inch Windsor V8. It is a traditional overhead valve pushrod engine. It is fundamentally one of the most structurally sound, heavily proven cast iron V8 engines Ford ever produced. It does not have complex overhead cams. It does not have fragile plastic timing guides. It is a pure, torque-heavy iron block that powered American commercial fleets for decades. To complete the package, Ford paired this 5.0-liter V8 with the 4R7W 4-speed automatic transmission. This is a heavy-duty rear-wheel drive transmission architecture that was widely utilized in Ford Crown Victoria police interceptors and commercial vans due to its sheer durability. If you search for a Ford truck or a Toyota SUV, you will pay a massive premium. But if you search for the 1999 Mercury Mountaineer V8, you are purchasing an indestructible cast iron American V8, a commercial-grade transmission, and a solid rear axle for roughly $3,000 to $4,000. It is the ultimate heavy-duty utility vehicle shielded entirely by an ignored badge. You are not required to absorb $50,000 of automotive debt to secure reliable transportation. The automotive industry relies on your fear of breaking down to push you into long-term financing contracts. The cast-iron Mitsubishi Montero Sport, the Aisin-equipped Hyundai Veracruz, the ladder-frame Suzuki XL-7, and the Windsor-powered Mercury Mountaineer are documented proof that robust, industrial-grade engineering is readily available on the used market. If you ignore the mainstream badges, bypass the heavily marketed models, and focus strictly on the raw engine block and transmission specifications, you can secure a vehicle that will easily outlast the fragile crossovers being sold today.